Here is exactly how I managed to make about $1,147 trading EURUSD using our advanced Quasimodo strategy, and I'll show you exactly how to spot this setup every time. Alright, so make sure you watch to the very end as I show you everything step by step. Alright, so let's get started right now. Okay, so before all this happened right here, this is what was happening right now on the lower time frame and everything, right? So you can see that we had the beautiful forecast happen today in the morning around 6:50. I was able to share this forecast, and what was I looking for? Basically, I saw a nice rally based drop supply zone with liquidity which was left right here. So all I waited for was for the market to take out the liquidity, take out the Asian session, come into this POI right here. Then I'll be able to make a decision whether to actually sell this particular trade or just let it go, right? So as this forecast was shared later on, we saw the market now coming into our area right here. As you can see, we're able to actually see this market beautifully come to our area as expected, as analyzed. So this was a 1 to 18 risk reward ratio. We were risking about 6 pips to potentially make about 84 pips right here, 85 pips right here. So you can see that at exactly 8:55 right here, I was able to share this signal right here to actually sell. And then you can see that at 9:15 later, we saw the market now push in our direction right here, where the market was now moving in our direction beautifully over a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. At that particular point, what did we do? We asked the community to actually go break even on this particular trade right here. You can see that at exactly 9:30, the market had dropped quite significantly in our direction over 1 to 4, and this is the time where we had to move our stop loss to 1 to 1 so that we are able to actually secure some things, like just in case the market does something crazy. It's always important to pay yourself, like I always say. Make sure you find a way of paying yourself as the market is making money available to you, because at any particular time, literally anything can happen. So we secured a 1 to 1 right here by trading our stop loss to this price right here. And then you can see that at 9:45 we're able to secure about 2.7 hour by moving our stop loss right here. Notice how we're moving our stop loss. We're just doing it randomly. We were moving our stop loss behind certain structure, right? So once the market breaks this low right here, it leaves behind a high, lower high right there, and that's where I'm going to put my stop loss. Once the market takes other stop, that lower high right here, it means that there's a potential change of market direction, and there's a very high chance that the market may not continue to go to the downside, right? So because of that, that's why I actually put my stop loss at that level right there. So you can see that the market right here was moving beautifully, and at this particular point the market had dropped over 1 to 10 risk reward ratio, and we had to secure about a 1 to 6 risk reward ratio by securing our stop loss at this level right here. And then you see what happened after we did that. We saw the market now start to actually reverse, and it came to that same area where we secured about 6 hour, and guess what happened? We were able to get out with a 6 hour right here. So we exited this trade with a 6 hour, and that was around 10:30. Now look, now it's like 16:50 right here, and see what the market has done. The market ended up going all the way to our take profit right here, close to our take profit. And you can see now, look, this was a very nasty pullback, right? So if we had let our trade run, yeah, of course you can say I would have caught all this all the way to the downside, but no one knew whether this move was just going to be a minor pullback because it had broken the higher low, right? So you can see that the moment this is broken, it really tells you that there's a very high chance that this market is going to push to the upside. However, in this particular case, what did the market do? The market just went and took out that high, and then kind of just dropped, and now it's all the way as analyzed. Like, as you can see where the market is right now and our forecast and everything, basically the market did exactly what we did, but it wasn't that straightforward and everything. That's how the market is, right? So this is how it is right now. Okay, but how they come to actually identify this setup, let me show you exactly what's happening, right? So you can now go to the higher time frame, like the 4-hour time frame. Like, you always have to start somewhere from the higher time frame, right? So you can see that we had this high right here, and from then we've had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher high, we had the higher low, then lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then the market was just giving us a bearish trend, right? It's the same thing on the lower time frame right here. So for me, I just wanted to continue with that. Never fight the major trend, guys. Once you see the market actually going, giving you signs of actually going down, just keep on doing that. And that's exactly what we did. So we just continue to actually let price play out. You can see from here, as the market was going in our direction, we just can continue to actually follow that. So now on the 15 minutes time frame, you'll be able to see something right here. So once this high was created, then there was a higher low right here, I mean a lower low, and then the market was creating this level right here. So we just wanted to continue with this bearish trend that was happening. So I spotted the very nice QML, right? So we had the QML, we had the low, we had the higher high, and we had the break of structure at this level right here. And this left behind relative equal highs at this level. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, now we have to wait for the market to take out this liquidity right here, because also the Asian session had made actually added to that, to the confluence that we had right there. So it was just the issue of just me waiting for price to take out this right here. Now let me show you how I got my order block. So let's go to the lower time frame. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame. So you have sometimes you really have to do your multiple time frame analysis, like all the way from the 4 hour to the 1 minute time frame. It's really required for you to actually do that, otherwise you end up missing out. So you can see I got the high and the low of the last candle, which was this candle right here. So when I did that, simply all I waited for was just for the market to just tap into our area. Now let me show you what was happening once the market came into my zone, right? So it's always important. So see what happens. So let me just move this a bit here, then just zoom in right here. Okay, so now what was happening here? So you can see that the market tapped into our area, a little bit of a push to the downside, and then went back right here. So I waited for a clear break of structure. So you can see that once the market now started to push into our area right here with these big momentum candles, I waited for the next candle close. And once this happened, this is when I was able to share this in our signals community. So if you check here, you can see that the moment we shared this, the market was really just at the top right there. Let me just show you right here. So you can see that the market was just at that level right there. And that's when we shared this particular trade in our signals community. And every step of the way was communicated, from our entry right here to break even, to secure a 1-to-1, 1.2.7 hour right here, 6 hour, until we're able to actually get out right here. So trade management is very important. You always have to know when to go break even, when to take to actually throw your stop loss. It's always important, because at any particular time the market can choose to do anything and we have no control over that. So the sooner you understand that, the better. Of course, you can cry about, no, we got out with the 6 hour and then the market ended up going like 16 hour, we lost out. Yeah, theoretically, in hindsight, right? That makes sense in hindsight. But if this market decided to actually do this and go all the way right here to this, you'd have again be complaining like, no, I let the market came all the way to my take profit, to my stop loss and all that. So it's all about finding a way to actually pay yourself as the market is making money available to you. So this is the third trade of the week. So the first trade we took the first two trades we took were losses yesterday. You can see that. Let me show you right here. So we took a EURUSD trade, which turned out to be a loss right here. So you can see it was a very nice trade, similar to this action. You can see that it was a nice rally based drop, supply zone, break of structure, and then the market taking out the liquidity. You can see that the market came to our area. However, what ended up happening on this particular trade is that the market ended up responding to a level just above right here, and we're taken out right here. So you can see that after this, we took another buy on XAUUSD right here, which ended up being a loss. So we had two losses, and then we have a one winning trade that gives us a 1-to-6. Already we are up 4 for the week, and this is just the second day of trading. So imagine what's going to be like once we reach Friday. So it's all about making sure that you get paid, find a way of paying yourself, because this move would have end up actually waste, would have end up going all the way to our stop loss. So find a way of paying yourself, either through taking partials or trading our stop loss like we do. All right, so whatever you find comfortable, make sure you stick with that, as long as you've actually back tested and it has proven to be profitable, and that's all you can do. All right, so you guys, I hope you found value in this video. If you have, make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment in the comment section, and you'd like to get involved with us, links are down in the description. All right, until next time, goodbye.